Jordan and Johnny. Two close friends united by a shared obsession, exploring the creepiest, most haunted locations they can find, and documenting every moment on their YouTube channel, Paranormies. From ghostly figures caught on camera in abandoned hotels to eerie whispers echoing through decaying churches, nothing is too unsettling or intense for them. Their mission? To uncover genuine paranormal evidence and bring their audience along for the journey. But in this video, things take a darker turn. For the first time, Johnny chooses to go solo, spending the night entirely alone inside a long, abandoned house in Ninette, Manitoba. It's a place they've visited before, one that has always left them uneasy. Once part of an old sanatorium, this house has become the center of local legend, with multiple reports of a shadowy man appearing in the windows long after it was abandoned. Every previous visit seemed to confirm its chilling reputation. Now, hoping to provoke even more intense activity, Johnny has returned alone, ready to face whatever lurks in the darkness. It's May 8th, 2022. The sun has set as Johnny steps inside. He quickly sets up his gear, determined not to miss a thing. But it doesn't take long for one thing to become clear. Johnny has no idea what this night will bring.
If you're here, you can use this device in my hand to let me know, or come touch this REM pod with this green light in the antenna. No, not a threat. Straight ahead. There's caves here. Holy shit. Straight ahead. There's caves here. Holy shit. Oh my god. It starts going nuts. I don't know if those are stacked on top of each other.
The night had only just begun. Yet a heavy sense of unease already settled over Johnny. Still, he reminded himself that fear often plays tricks on the mind, especially in places like this. Unsure if the tension in the air was mere coincidence or the presence of something unseen watching him, he forced himself to stay calm and press on with the investigation. But deep down, Johnny knew this was only the beginning.
There used to be caves, like underground tunnels in here. They're blocked off now by that. Can you come in front of this baby and touch it or make it go off? If you go in front of it, it'll make a noise. Can you give me another indication that you're here? That was if that was you that knocked these water bottles around. You can do more stuff like that so that I can know for sure if you're here. There's a knock here. Thank you. Light it up once so that I know you're here. There's no way. That just turned on. Can you turn it off again? What the f? This is the only switch for that. It's f***ing creepy. Hello? It's so quiet, but it's... like, that is impossible.
The night had barely begun, yet a heavy, creeping unease had already settled over Johnny. He tried to steady himself, reminding his racing mind that fear often distorts perception, especially in places like this. Was the tension in the air just coincidence, or was something unseen watching from the shadows? There was no denying it now. Something was with Johnny. Whatever it was, its presence was growing stronger, almost suffocating. The air felt thick, as if the very walls of the house were closing in around him. But this was exactly why he came, to face the unknown. Instead of retreating, Johnny tried to shift the atmosphere by moving into another room, hoping the change of space might relieve the pressure. It didn't. The moment he crossed the threshold, the energy turned darker and things only got worse.
Knocking at this room. Oh my god. Harry? Is that you? I heard another voice in the spirit box too. Knocking at this room. Oh my god. Harry? Is that you? I heard another voice in the spirit box too. What the hell? Yeah, that's f***ing creepy.
As if the night hadn't been active enough, one of Johnny's stationary cameras had captured something unusual, something he wouldn't notice until reviewing the footage later. And truthfully, that might have been for the best.
And that's your way of showing me? I hated these dolls last time we were here. It's f***ing creepy.
Whatever was in the house wasn't content to stay hidden. It was revealing itself, and not subtly. And while Johnny had yet to see what the cameras had recorded, what he was experiencing in the moment may have been even more unsettling.
No way. Why did you have to go and break that? Harry, that's not a fun game to play. Object, yeah. Are you mad at me? Would you like me to leave? I can go investigate another... wrench. I can go investigate another area. There's a lot of spirits here that I can speak with. I don't have to come and stay and talk to you. I don't want you to start breaking my stuff, and then I don't want to stay and speak with you. Damn it.
Once again, Johnny made the decision to move to another room. The energy here felt different, hostile, almost as if the house itself was trying to force him out. Every instinct screamed at him to leave, but Johnny wasn't ready to back down. He was determined to stay for as long as he could endure it, even though the thought of getting any sleep had already disappeared entirely.
What the f***? Other? What the f*** was that? No way. Holy f***. What is that? Hey, you? Okay, I'm gonna go outside for a smoke.
The experience was becoming overwhelming for Johnny. Loud banging sounds echoed through the house, their source impossible to pinpoint, fraying his nerves with each passing moment. All he wanted was to escape, to step outside, breathe fresh air, and put distance between himself and whatever force haunted the building. We can only imagine the tension and terror of being completely alone in a house seemingly alive with unexplained activity. But just as Johnny resolved to leave, panic took hold. In his mounting anxiety and haste, he realized retrieving his most important belongings wouldn't be as simple as he'd hoped. Everything felt disorienting, as if the house itself was working against him.
Where did I put my bag? No way. Oh my God. That bang that came from the second floor was so loud it was echoing throughout the entire sanatorium. I heard it up on the third floor, and it was so loud that it actually sounded like it came from the third floor. So I started running around trying to figure out where it came from, because it sounded like it came from in one of the rooms up on the third floor.
This was Johnny's breaking point. Alone and overwhelmed by the relentless, unexplained activity, he had reached his limit. Once he gathered his essential belongings, he fled the building, his heart pounding with every step. Determined, he planned to return the next day in daylight and with Jordan by his side to collect the remaining equipment. As he drove away, a surge of conflicting emotions washed over him. Relief at escaping unharmed, frustration for not lasting the entire night, but also a deep satisfaction from the chilling evidence he had captured. one thing was clear. This was a night Johnny would never forget. And honestly, who could blame him for cutting it short? With the escalating activity and mounting danger, staying longer or getting any sleep would have been nearly impossible. So, what about you? Would you dare spend the night alone in a place like this, knowing what Johnny endured? Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you think you'd last longer? This mystery is just one of many unsettling encounters caught on camera. Now, let's move on to the next chilling camping story that left viewers equally baffled. Originally shared on the YouTube channel Project Darkside, this chilling entry follows Stella and Monica, two explorers known for braving the world's most unnerving paranormal hotspots. On November 26, 2020, they uploaded a video documenting a visit that quickly turned far more intense than they ever expected. Their destination, the infamous Hotel Praha, once a lavish symbol of communist-era luxury in Prague's Dejevice district. This sprawling hotel, built in 1981, hosted political elites and foreign dignitaries in its prime. But time hasn't been kind to it. Now abandoned and decaying, the hotel has gained a darker reputation, with whispers of hauntings, strange noises, and fleeting shadows haunting the halls. But during this exploration, it wasn't the ghost stories that posed the greatest danger. Stella and Monica were about to learn that sometimes the real threats inside forgotten places aren't supernatural. They're terrifyingly human.
So we are back in
Yeah, we tried to do the church last night, but yeah, mission impossible.
Fuck it. Shit, sorry.
Stella and Monica make their way through the vast, decaying corridors of the once luxurious Hotel Praha. Equipped with cameras and paranormal tools, they search for signs of lingering spirits. And it doesn't take long before strange things start happening. Faint knocks echo down empty hallways. Muffled sounds seem to trail behind them, and cold spots appear without warning, following them room to room. At first, they assume it's the usual paranormal fare, the ghostly presence long rumored to haunt the property. But the unease builds quickly, morphing into something darker. The noises don't feel spectral. They feel deliberate, human, as if someone is out of sight, watching, maybe even following them. The air grows heavy with tension, and paranoia begins to take hold. Trusting their instincts, they call a friend for backup. But even after he arrives, the feeling only intensifies. Whatever is out there hasn't left, and it's getting closer.
Am I tripping or what? I don't fucking know. Что после that? Huh? 2 minutes ago. I'm sorry guys, I need to go. It's at the attic. It's right above us. I'm sorry. It's okay, it's okay. I don't know. Yeah, well, it's small attic, but that shit, what I saw, it's, what the fuck? I mean, guys, please, if you saw the black thing on the left side, at the end.
I'm gonna mark it in the video.
Yeah. If you see it too,
Just slow down.
please tell me and do slow-mo or something. I don't know. That was the room. Why did they put the sticks there?
They did it the other way too.
What's that? What does that mean? I mean, if you know what this means, please can you tell us?
I'm gonna make a sound now.
Oh, look at the moon. See? It's so bright.
So beautiful.
Wait. Maybe I can. Oh, it's. Yeah, it's. Ah, good. Okay. Sorry, Eddie. Okay. Fuck. Fuck. It's okay, it's okay. Sorry, Eddie. Okay. Fuck. Fuck. Oh, that's just... Oh my god. Hello?
Что такое забава с нами? Hello?
Is anybody getting with us? That's the meaning. Hello?
The noises from upstairs grew louder, too distinct, too purposeful to be brushed off as wind or the creaks of an aging building. They called out, but what followed was worse than any response. Absolute silence. No voice, no movement, just stillness that pressed in from all sides. Every instinct told them to get out. Yet the same curiosity that led them here, the hope that this was something paranormal, kept them rooted in place. But the longer they remained, the heavier the dread became. Shadows seemed to shift when no one moved. Every sound felt nearer, and that chilling sense of being hunted, not by a spirit, but by something human, grew impossible to dismiss.
Hello? Okay, fuck this, fuck this, fuck this. That was down. That was down. Fuck this. Should we go to the basement? Hello?
They both, I was focusing on something else. I was talking, and they saw someone just going like.
Yeah, the shadow. Something was here. So. No. What the fuck? 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 What was that? What was that? What was that?
They'd already hit their limit. But as Stella and Monica raced through the freezing, crumbling corridors, the sounds didn't stop. If anything, they grew bolder, like whatever had been stalking them didn't want them to leave. They burst out into the night, breathless and trembling, too afraid to glance back. And once they reached safety, only one question echoed in their minds. What had been making those sounds? Was it one of the spirits said to haunt the forgotten grandeur of Hotel Praha, trapped in its decaying past? Or was someone else in the building that night? Someone alive, lurking just out of sight? As Stella and Monica escaped the eerie grip of Hotel Praha, the mystery of what truly haunted those halls remained unsolved. But the world is full of places steeped in restless history, and Adam was about to come face to face with one of his own. That clip comes from Chris, the creator behind the YouTube channel Chris McGregor. His content dives straight into the unknown, from haunted locations and abandoned sites to daring challenges and randonautica adventures. In this video, uploaded on April 10, 2025, Chris teams up with his friend Mo to explore a massive abandoned prison, rich in history now collapsing into ruin. They expected a fascinating look at forgotten architecture. What they got was something far more unexpected, far more unsettling.
Basically, prisoners were kept here after almost finishing their sentences, and prisoners that were actually trusted by the government to not run away or do anything bad. And what they would do here is they would teach them how to integrate into society. So this was a prison, like a colony prison. Yeah. That's crazy. I didn't even know that.
Interesting.
That's probably so much dirty shit. That was a chicken coop, my friend.
Huh.
And back down here, there's something happening. Let's go down there and check it out. So off camera, Chris and I just heard a vehicle. There's no roads getting up here. Like you guys saw my drone footage.
Yeah.
There's nothing up here. There's only one road up, which it's impossible to drive up unless you have a snowmobile. But it didn't sound like a snowmobile. And we keep hearing some random whistling.
Yeah.
It's coming from that side. The actual main building side. But keep in mind, we haven't looked in the house yet. Let's go look in the house.
Okay.
Though the strange sounds unsettled them slightly, Chris and Mo brushed it off and pressed on. The exploration continued, and for a while, the silence returned. Immersed in the eerie beauty of the crumbling facility, the earlier noises slipped from their thoughts. But as they approached one of the site's larger structures, they stumbled upon something that stopped them in their tracks.
Okay. Oh, it's changed.
What the?
Okay, there's a bunch of clothes laid out on the bed. That was not like that. That's crazy. This looks different to me because I came at nighttime. Look at this, just like a red shirt, a jean shirt. Is that Wednesday Addams? That looks like a Wednesday Addams dress.
Or a nun?
I heard something outside. I heard movement outside.
I did too.
Outfit there.
Little kid, yeah.
I want to get the hell out of this building. There's something sketchy about this. Listen.
A growing sense of unease made Chris and Mo pause, but curiosity ultimately won out over fear. They chose to remain on the property, though now with heightened caution and sharper awareness. Looking back, it may not have been the wisest choice.
Hate to say it, but
Does that sound come from in here or downstairs?
I don't know.
Or is it downstairs?
I'm gonna
How about
head
this? Let's
downstairs.
split up. I'll be up here. You go down there. I'll wait at this window. Right?
Okay.
And then you check downstairs. Since you haven't been there yet, I've already been there. If anything, if you do encounter her, just like scream at me, and I'll come running.
The best I can.
Okay. Yeah, I can stay here. 45 4.
Mo!
You get going. He was just trying to get in. He's here. He chased after me. I jumped out the fucking window. Get out now.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
What?
I can't. There's no fucking place to hide in here. This guy's pissed.
This was no longer an exciting exploration. Chris now feared for his life. As the sound of approaching footsteps echoed through the building, he froze, hidden in silence, praying whoever it was wouldn't realize he wasn't alone. The tension was unbearable. Then, after what felt like an endless stretch of time, the footsteps stopped. The moment things felt even slightly safe, Chris knew he had to get out immediately.
Fucking hell.
Fortunately, Chris made it out safely, rattled to his core, but physically unharmed. Once he found Mo, the two didn't hesitate. They left the property without looking back. Whoever that man was, and whatever his purpose might have been, the entire encounter felt off, unnerving, dangerous, and anything but random. The experience left them with far more questions than answers, and it's one Chris won't be forgetting anytime soon. So ask yourself, would you explore a place like this, knowing someone could be lurking just out of sight? Meet Arnold, the adventurer behind the YouTube channel Arnold Outdoors. His videos capture the raw beauty and challenges of outdoor expeditions, often shared with a companion. Viewers follow as he navigates rugged terrain and sets up camp in remote wilderness. But one particular trip would push their nerves to the limit, turning a quest for a peaceful campsite into a night filled with mounting fear. The journey began as Arnold and his companion searched for the ideal spot, with nightfall bringing colder air and snow steadily blanketing the landscape.
Well, we're going up in elevation, slightly. It's getting a wee more snowy.
Their initial search was hindered by the presence of others nearby, forcing them deeper into the wilderness. As darkness fully settled, they finally chose a remote spot that seemed promising, until their attempt to settle was abruptly interrupted. Suddenly, movement caught their eye in the distance. Figures bearing headlamps, some red, some bright, advancing toward them and splitting into separate groups as they closed in.
All right, so we gotta leave. There's creepy-ass people with red headlamps coming towards us out of the woods. Well, here's what happened. About 400 yards off. There's 2 people with red headlamps on and 2 people with bright headlamps on. Yeah. And you can see them moving. We can see silhouettes against the moonshine. Yep. With what little bit of lights out here. And you can tell by the way they were bobbing that it was clearly...
The unsettling glow of the red headlamps, commonly used for stealth, and the calculated movements of the figures sent a chill through them, convincing them the situation had grown far too eerie to stay.
See very well.
But you can spot critters and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah,
Too creepy for me, man. And they were splitting up and heading down.
They quickly packed up and moved on, hoping to find a safer, more secluded spot. After relocating, they discovered what appeared to be an isolated area, noting the absence of fresh tracks in the snow, clear signs they might be alone. As they set up camp, prepared food, and settled in for the night, a fragile calm settled over them. That peace was soon shattered.
Yeah, what was that? A gunshot? Gunshot or a vehicle? Vehicle.
Strange noises pierced the night, sharp, echoing bursts that sounded like gunshots, instantly putting them on high alert. The unsettling sounds grew louder and closer, their menace unmistakable. Soon, the roar of a vehicle joined the chaos, engines revving ominously nearby.
Vehicle. It sounds like they're moving.
Panic surged as they grasped the others were nearby, circling in vehicles, firing shots, and shouting rowdily into the stillness of the night.
They're right fucking there, dude. They're like driving around shooting. Hooting and hollering and shooting. It's teenagers hooting and hollering.
They quickly doused their lights and crouched low, gripped by the fear that they'd been seen. In the darkness, voices drifted toward them, one of them possibly pointing in their direction, hinting that their fire might have been spotted. The chilling thought that these people were now aware of their presence was almost too much to bear. Thankfully, the group eventually drove off, leaving Arnold and his companion rattled but unharmed. The near encounter with armed, reckless strangers served as a sobering reminder of just how unpredictable the wilderness can be. But the night offered little comfort. As the cold deepened, it eventually forced them to abandon their pop-up tent and seek refuge in the relative warmth of their truck in the early morning hours.
As you can tell, migrated to the truck because it was unbearably cold out here. So that was a pain in the ass. At 2:30, having to...
As if the night hadn't been intense enough, morning delivered one final blow. A sudden, powerful gust of wind ripped through their campsite, catching their pop-up shelter and launching it into the air. An exasperating end to an already harrowing ordeal.
So we had a bit of a rude awakening. They were laying around all morning, not a problem. And then I look outside, decide it looks nice, and I was like, oh, it's probably about time to get up. Crawl up to look at my tablet, see what time it is, and turn and look out the window, and off goes the pop-up. That flew all the way over to where our steps are out there.
Though Arnold and his companion emerged from the night physically unharmed, the string of eerie and unsettling events left a lasting impression. From shadowy figures wielding red headlamps to gunfire echoing through the darkness, this trip was anything but the quiet escape they'd hoped for. It served as a chilling reminder that the real danger in the wilderness isn't always wildlife, but people. One thing is certain, that night in the snowy backcountry won't be forgotten anytime soon. When the stillness of the forest is shattered by strange sounds, and a thin layer of fabric is all that shields you from the unknown, even the most seasoned camper may think twice. This story might just change the way you view your next night under the stars. Meet Ansel, an urban explorer who has spent over 8 years capturing his daring expeditions on his YouTube channel, Abandoned Explorer. From forgotten ghost towns and decaying hospitals to deserted theme parks, schools, and factories, Ansel is driven by a passion to reveal the haunting beauty of abandonment and the stories these places still whisper. Yet, Urban exploration is far from risk-free, and this particular adventure would soon prove just how real that danger can be. It's March 7, 2017. Ansel, his brother, and 3 friends set out to explore and camp inside an abandoned school hidden away in Sussex. After some searching, they find an unlocked door and slip inside, entering what was once the chapel section of the building. But as their exploration begins, a chilling scream pierces the silence from outside. At first, they can't tell if it's connected to them or just a random disturbance. But the screams grow louder, more urgent, sparking panic. In a desperate bid for safety, the group scatters, running in different directions through the vast structure. Ansel and his brother find themselves alone, still concealed deep inside the school, uncertain who might be outside searching for them.
What the fuck? This place is supposed to be abandoned, but yet this place still looks like it's being used. Fuck.
For a fleeting moment, Ansel and his brother believed the danger had passed. The building fell silent, and they dared to hope their pursuers had given up and left. But that hope was short-lived. Faint footsteps and muffled voices soon shattered the stillness, confirming their worst fears. They were not alone. With every passing second, the sense of menace grew stronger. Ansel and his brother faced a grim choice: find a new hiding place or make a desperate break to escape unnoticed. This was no longer just an exploration. It had become a desperate struggle to survive in a place that had transformed from abandoned to dangerously alive.
We need to get out of here. Fast. There's someone there. Has he seen us? Fuck, there's people in there. Let's just run.
Fortunately, Ansel and his brother escaped unharmed, regrouping with the others at a nearby spot where they finally felt safe. Yet what they had just endured left them profoundly unsettled. They hadn't merely been chased through a supposedly abandoned building. They'd heard multiple voices, seen people in different parts of the school, and noticed rooms that looked far too clean, too secured, too lived in to be truly deserted. Despite online sources labeling the school as long abandoned, their first-hand experience told a very different story. It forced them to question everything. Was the school ever truly empty? If not, why was this unknown? Who exactly was inside, and what were they doing there? One thing became painfully clear. No matter how vacant a place appears, you never truly know who or what might still be inside. A chilling reminder that in adventures like these, the greatest danger doesn't always come from the paranormal. Sometimes it comes from the people you least expect. With that unsettling thought, brace yourself for the next clip. This final clip is once again from the YouTube channel 401 Files, where Ben shares his many outdoor adventures. In this video, he embarks on a solo camping trip in Dalby Forest, UK, seeking the tranquility of nature, accompanied by his loyal dog, Lily. But peace would prove elusive. It's March 29th, 2023. Ben arrives with daylight to spare, eager for the escape, yet an uneasy feeling lingers. As he and Lily begin their walk through the woods, he notices something odd: deflated balloons scattered across the forest floor. At first, he dismisses them as litter, but the growing number becomes increasingly unsettling. Why are so many balloons here, deep in the forest? Trying not to dwell on it, Ben presses on. Then, later, he discovers old belongings, long abandoned and slowly reclaimed by the wilderness. While examining them, something from the corner of his eye suddenly draws his attention.
There's a car acting very suspiciously. It's just done 2 loops of this area. Each time looking out of the window at what I'm doing. It'll be interesting to see if they come back this way. This way, Lil. Well, that's 5 times. I have no idea why they keep doing this. That 4x4, that blacked out 4x4, 4 times has been down this road, and yeah, back again. So I don't know what's happening. I don't know if they're lost. I don't know if they're concerned about what I'm doing or curious, but okay, so that's strange because I saw the brake lights at the end of the road. I started to record, and once I've zoomed in, I can see that there's a barrier at the end of this road to allow people out of the forest, out of the national park. I saw the barrier go up, I saw the car waiting there, but I haven't seen the car go through. So either it's still parked there, down in like a dip in the road, and we just can't see it, which is weird because I could see it a second ago when the barrier went up, or that car just vanished. I have no idea. But I did not see that car go through the barrier, and I saw the barrier go up, which was strange.
For reasons he couldn't explain, Ben grew increasingly uneasy about the car that had passed by multiple times. Something about it unsettled him deeply. As tension mounted and his sense of safety waned, Ben chose to get into his own vehicle, as shown in the video. Yet, he wasn't ready to call it quits just yet, determined to discover whether the car had stopped nearby, and still intent on camping overnight. Ben made a daring choice. He started the engine and began slowly driving down the road, following the path where he last saw the mysterious vehicle vanish.
Okay, so I'm gonna just take a drive down to that barrier because I want to see if there's a turning there just before the barrier. That car could have maybe turned left or right down, but the strange thing is I saw the barrier go up, so they must have been close enough to the barrier for the sensor to have picked them up. They certainly never drove through the barrier, so I don't know where they went, but hopefully by the time we get to the end of this road, it might make more sense. So they could have gone left there, but that is still, they couldn't have gone left there because the road's closed. So they must have come down further, which I'm assuming they did because the barrier lifted up, and this is way too far for that barrier to have lifted. You know, barriers just don't lift for no reason. There is a turning here, but again, that road is closed off. So they must have made it as far as the barrier. I never went through the barrier, so I don't understand.
The experience unsettled Ben so profoundly that he chose not to spend the night in those woods after all. The thought of strangers repeatedly circling the area, taking an unusual interest in his presence, left him feeling anything but safe. Trusting his instincts, Ben packed up and left the forest, disappointed to cut his trip short, but relieved that nothing worse had occurred. As he drove away, he knew he had made the right decision for both his safety and peace of mind. But what do you think? Was Ben wise to trust his gut and leave, or was he letting fear get the better of him? Share your thoughts in the comments, and if you've ever faced a similar experience in the middle of nowhere, we'd love to hear your story.
Some forests inspire awe, while others leave you with questions that linger forever. If any of these encounters sent a chill down your spine, share your thoughts in the comments. And remember to like and subscribe for more horror content from Shadows of the Wild. Until next time, stay safe out there, because you never truly know what's waiting in the woods. That's all we have for today. Stay tuned for more.